for in store tonight. We are going to be doing, hold on one second. Hello, my friends, and welcome to my kitchen. My name's Carrie Ralston, and this is Cooking with Carrie P. Tonight, I have an amazing cooking class planned for you. It is simply Americana. We are doing barbecue. That is right. We are going to do plant-powered barbecue that you can feel confident to serve to your family, to your friends, and honestly bring to your next barbecue. So what we're going to start with today is a broccoli salad that reminds me of my childhood. It is so incredible and easy to make. And then we are going to make no chicken barbecue sandwiches served on a really soft pretzel roll. And then we're gonna finish off the day with my famous ooey gooey chocolate brownies. So with that being said, let's get started. So before we get started, you may have seen my recent video. I just learned from my new friend Kari that you can make your own essential oils and they smell delicious. So I wanted to hand sanitize, and let's get started on our dressing for our broccoli salad. So what you're gonna see right here is, this is cashew yogurt. So I love, there's plenty of dairy-free yogurts on the market. There's almond, coconut, but for dressings, I love cashew yogurt. It's much like Greek yogurt. It's really thick and creamy and just adds such great body to any kind of dressing. And then next, what I'm gonna add to that is a little bit of vegan mayonnaise, which is just a dairy-free mayonnaise. This is pretty readily available in almost all grocery stores, but if it is your first time trying it, normally vegan mayonnaises, or at least the ones I purchase, are in the refrigerated section. So if you're not seeing it, that's normally where it's at. Then I'm just gonna add some salt, and I'm gonna add some pepper. Then we're going to add some Dijon mustard, which is gonna give our dressing a little bit of a tang. And then we're going to use some apple cider vinegar. This, when you think of great creamy dressings, especially that are on barbecue or slaws, normally they're gonna have a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of richness, and a little bit of tang. So we're gonna add some apple cider vinegar to that. If you have like another type of vinegar, like a red wine vinegar, that will work perfect as well. And then for our sweetness, we're gonna add just a few dashes. You can use maple. Oh, perfect measurement. But I'm actually just using some agave today. Sometimes I prefer using agave because it's honest, I love its flavor. Agave is a plant. It actually, for my tequila and margarita lovers out there, that's where tequila comes from, is the agave plant. And it makes just an absolute delicious sweetener, and it is more affordable than maple syrup. So perfect. So here's our dressing. And this is perfect not only for broccoli slaw, this would be delicious on coleslaw, and also just a great dip on any salad or on a crudité platter. Now, many of you who actually know me knows that I am really not a lover of salads. Even though I teach plant-powered to thousands of people, I just really don't like cold salads, but this salad I absolutely love. So here's the basis. I took some fresh broccoli florets, okay, and I just cut them into bite-sized pieces, right? Including the stems. All you do when you're cutting the stems is cut the bottom off, the real woodsy part, and then just shave the skin off. Then I added some red onion, thinly sliced. If you love red onion, you could add a little more than the recipe calls for. I just love a little bit of the flavor, and I don't like it too strong. And then you're gonna see some dried cranberries. You could also use dried cherries, and then I'm going to use some sunflower seeds. Pepitas would also be good, pumpkin seeds, but the sunflower seeds, or any seed really you choose, is just gonna kind of give this salad some crunch and some great texture. And then what we're gonna do next, this dressing, you guys, you are just gonna absolutely love this. You're gonna use it on so many things. I'm just gonna pour this over. And once you get this recipe down, the sky is the limit. You can change this up, make it a little more Asian, maybe with a dash of sesame oil and some liquid aminos that taste just like soy sauce. You could add some spice to this. I mean, it is so delicious and versatile. And since we're using it on broccoli, this is really going to last. It's not going to get all mushy in the fridge. And I would say this will safely last 3 to 5 days in the fridge. So if you are meal prepping or you need to make this in advance, this is definitely okay to make the night before for a party. But every time I make this, I normally eat this for easily 2 to 3 days. And it's so, so delicious. So that is how that comes together. Beautiful broccoli salad, but no salad is complete without its sandwich, right? We need its accompanying partner. So what I'm gonna do is just quickly grab, you guys you are going to love this. I have a feeling once you learn about this product I'm about to show you, you guys are going to make it often. So I'm just moving our broccoli salad over and I'm gonna make room for our barbecue, which I feel like is some key staples. Let me flip the camera over here. So we're going to use, I feel like, flavors that are really very common in barbecue, right? We're gonna use a great barbecue sauce. This is one I recommend. This is from Whole Foods. It doesn't have any weird additives. It's lower in sugar, but it's got great flavor. You can also make your own or check out some of my in the Plant Powered Hallway. There, I have all kinds of different sauces and barbecues you can make homemade, but I actually do approve this one. If you have a Whole Foods too in your local market and you're an Amazon Prime member, they deliver groceries to you for free. It has changed my life and I've saved literally hundreds of dollars a month using that service. In the hallway too, I teach you exactly what I buy, how I buy it, what my staples are, but this is definitely one of them. So this barbecue, which normally barbecue can take hours to make, comes together in under 15 to 20 minutes. And let me show you how. I gotta grab one more piece, one more specialty piece, and this is the pressure cooker. So let me just scoot it over here a little bit so you guys can see what's going on. So the pressure cooker, as you can tell, this is a big piece of machinery. So if you do not own one, don't go out and buy one. You can make this recipe without the pressure cooker. Or if you want to try it out, ask your neighbor or borrow from a friend. This is actually my mom's pressure cooker that I've borrowed for months now, and I do absolutely love it, but she didn't want to store it because she wasn't using it. So absolutely ask, or even look on Facebook Marketplace or somewhere like there, because they sell these all the time and you can get a bargain of a price, and they're normally not even ever used. So we're going to start with our pressure cooker. And then we are going to start with an ingredient that I call soy curls. So let me grab one so you can get a close-up on, oops, soy curl down. So let's flip over here so you can get an idea. Do you see that? So soy curls are a dehydrated organic soybean. Let me see if do you see that one? Are we in the angle? So it's a dehydrated organic soybean. And what you normally have to do, but the pressure cooker is going to do it for us, is rehydrate them. And how you rehydrate is with, any guesses? You can comment below. But you can use water, broth, any kind of liquid. So we're going to put one package in. I have found that Amazon always carries Butler soy curls. I normally buy the 6-pack because I use them so often. But there are some local grocers that do carry this. Actually, our one here in Southwest Florida was just doing a buy one, get one. So if your local grocer sells them, be sure to pick them up. They say the serving is, there's 8 servings in here, but normally when I'm making them for my family, I normally at least do 2 bags because we eat them for so many meals and they're perfect for leftovers, and you can actually freeze them. So I'm gonna put the soy curls in the bottom, then I'm gonna take 1 jar of barbecue sauce. And this is a 18-ounce jar of sauce, and it's really good. This one's not spicy, but it's really deep in flavor. Okay, So 1 thing of barbecue sauce. Then we're gonna add 1 can of beer. I feel like beer and barbecue goes hand in hand. This is not normally my beer of choice, so that's, it was left here by friends from a boating weekend. But use a beer that, you know, is a nice light beer. And then we're just gonna add some liquid smoke. Liquid smoke is gonna give this barbecue an all-day cooked flavor, but without, you know, it taking all day. It's only gonna take 15 to 20 minutes. So we're just gonna put some dashes of that in there. And then all you simply do is put your lid on. Now this is where all pressure or instant, these pressure cookers are a little different with their settings. On this one, all I do is hit the bean, I think it says, let me double check, bean and lentil button, and then I go to medium, which takes 15 minutes. And when it is done, you are gonna be amazed. So let me show you, because I actually made some right before we started. So we'll put this over here. And actually, I'll get it started. So these will be done. Put the setting on right. Doot. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, and we're off. So here is soy curls. Let me grab a plate too, because I want to plate up everything. So can you see this? This big, beautiful bowl. I'm just looking in the monitor to see. Actually, here, let me change the camera angle so you guys can really see what is going on here. Voila! Do you see this? Like, it even gets a little burnt like bites, just like barbecue normally would. Do you see that browning? Oh my goodness. It is so, so good. Like, look at this. And does it not look just like, let me show you this. Just like chicken. Ooh, I'm trying to follow where my hand's going. There we go. Yum. Okay, so you get an idea of what it looks like. Now let's plate it up. So how I would do that, I'm gonna serve this on, and just this is a little pretzel roll. These are like the sliders, but they have full size, or this would be great on a whole wheat pita. This would be great on even a whole wheat tortilla, or any kind of bun you choose, or you could really go bunless. This would even just be great with some rice, or just as is. And if you love your barbecue saucy, just add a little more sauce. So then we're gonna take this and this great broccoli. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to show you guys this. Cannot wait. So we have this beautiful salad. Yes, yes, yes. Look at this. Can you guys see this? Oh my gosh. Yum, yum, yum. Let me give you a close-up. Flip the camera angles. Like Ken, yes. Let me see if I can get the bun more. Here we go, I'll set it down. Yes, do you see this? It's meaty, it's delicious, and I promise, when you make this, I've worked with busy mamas and business owners, and every time they make this, people are blown away that this is not meat, and it's a bean. It's so, so good, right? Yum, yum, and yum. So when you make this, just make me a promise. Take a picture and tag me. I would love to hear what you and your family thinks, because my family and friends and community love these soy curls and love this broccoli salad. Yes. And if you have any questions, I actually personally respond to the comments. So just leave them in the comments below and I will definitely get back to you. And all these recipes too, if you didn't get the recipe book, can always be found at carrieralston.com or in the Plant Powered Hallway, which is where I put all my new recipes and cooking videos. It's one of the coolest communities to be a part of, so definitely check that out. So now, we've done our barbecue, we've done our salad, we have to have dessert, right? So I'm gonna teach you how to make my famous ooey gooey chocolate brownies, and I think you're gonna be absolutely stunned at what's in them, and once you make them, you will never make box brownies again, because these are so, so good. So let me grab a few ingredients. starting with, I recommend for this dish you use a food processor versus a blender. Okay, I find it easier to use. I have used a blender before, and I just highly recommend a food processor. If you do not have one, use your blender, or if you don't have either, what I highly recommend is look on Facebook Marketplace. There are so many of these available. True story, a few weeks ago, my food processor that I bought off Facebook Marketplace, it was about 4 years old. I broke the lid. It was totally my fault. And to get a replacement lid was almost as much as the food processor. So I went on Facebook Marketplace, found a new one. This one's actually bigger, and I got it for under $100. And normally these are over $300. So I highly recommend, check it out. If you have any questions about food processors, I'm happy to answer them. But this is something, if you don't have one yet, ask a neighbor, ask one of your relatives if you can borrow it, just to make sure that you are going to use it. If you choose to really go plant-powered, if one definite piece I recommend you have is a food processor. You will use it all the time. But I am a big proponent. Don't buy new. Borrow first, then go to Marketplace. So let's get these brownies. Just need one more ingredient. Let's get these brownies going. And even though what I'm about to put in here may shock you, just trust me, they are so good. I have made these at least thousands of times. I have served them at catering events, at big private functions, and they are delicious and popular everywhere. So what this is gonna start with, let me check this angle if this is the way. So this is an organic can of black beans, low sodium, with the liquid. Key thing is keep the liquid. Normally brownies have a lot of oil in it, and when you are living a more plant-based lifestyle, you want to try to omit some of those heavily processed oils. So using the bean liquid is a great way to achieve that. So we're going to add 1 can of organic beans with the liquid. Then we're going to add some cacao powder, or you can use cocoa powder. Then we're going to add a scoop of powdered peanut butter. Now I do this by design because I love getting the extra peanut flavor because I love chocolate and I love peanut butter, but this will save us on a lot of the calories. So that's an ingredient I recommend having. And then we are gonna use a little bit of peanut butter. This is creamy. And if you've watched any of my cooking classes before or been in the hallway, you will hear me talk about labels. And peanut butter is one of those things I always say, read the labels. Peanut butter should only have peanuts and maybe salt in it. It does not need to have any added oils, doesn't need to have any added sugars, just peanuts and salt. And I can showcase that brand a little more if you can see that in the camera. This one, it's just from Whole Foods. I think it's like $3.99 or $4.99, so it's a similar price. Just, you don't need all those added fillers in your peanut butter. So just get peanut butter with peanuts and maybe a little salt. Then, instead of adding eggs, we are gonna use a combination of chia seeds. Chia seeds are gonna add tremendous amounts of protein and fiber and are gonna act like our egg that's gonna bind our brownies together. And then we're gonna use some flaxseed. Now, if you only have one, just double it. No big deal. If I had to choose between one, I would choose flaxseed. It's affordable, it's delicious. I use it on so many things. But a lot of people love to have chia seeds because it's super filling and you can make great things like chia pudding with it. I always have them on hand, but if I was gonna choose one, I would get the ground flaxseed. Then for our sweetener, we are gonna use some grade A, so real maple syrup, not the maple syrup that has a lady on it or a log cabin on it. Real maple syrup. Maple syrup is one of those ingredients that can appear a little bit more pricey, but that's because you don't have to use that much of it. And if it is either not available or just a little outside your budget, get agave syrup. It'll do the same thing, and it is, I would say, 80% of the price. And then, keep this little flavoring going, we're gonna add some vanilla and some almond extract. Both are optional, but I just think they give such a great flavor, especially the almond extract. Oh my goodness. And have you ever had a chocolate brownie without vanilla? I didn't think so. So we put that in. Let me just double check I got everything. And then you're just gonna let your food processor do the work. So we're gonna turn this on. It's gonna come together. It takes normally about 20 seconds. Maybe I should. I told you it's brand new. I hit the wrong button. So it's gonna come together. And then we have this one more ingredient to put in. So I don't even know if that was 20 seconds. You'll have to let me know if you kept time. And wait till you see this. And I can actually tell, this is funny, you can tell I'm doing this live. I forgot one key ingredient. I can tell it was just a little liquidy. I use, instead of like an all-purpose flour, I use oat flour. So let me flip over to this camera so you can see what this looks like. So oat flour is just gluten-free organic oats, ground up. I have videos in the hallway of how you make this. You can buy it in the store, but it's way more affordable to just make it yourself. So you're gonna add oat flour to this mixture. So if you think about the ingredients, we have oatmeal, we have peanut butter, we have beans. So we have so much fiber. Sorry, it's a little loud. You could honestly, it's so good for you, you could really almost eat this for breakfast. You have the great protein from the seeds. And a question I commonly get asked is, could I add protein powder to these brownies? And you can if you'd like to, but I'm telling you, when you get the flax seeds and the chia seeds, they have so much protein in them, you don't need any additional protein. And these are real foods versus normally protein powders are processed. Well, clearly they have to be processed. So let's mix this up one more time, maybe 5 seconds to get it together. And, oh my gosh, don't want this to go too far. I'm really happy too, because this is the first time I have been using. So let's put this under this camera. Make sure you, like, oh my gosh, do you see this? Let's get a spoon just so you can see how umptious, delicious, and does this not, like, hello, look just like brownie batter, maybe even better. So true story, sometimes, because this batter doesn't have any eggs or anything, sometimes Eric and I don't even bake this and we just eat the batter. And we put it over like banana and ice cream. I mean, look at that. Oh my gosh. So good. And it's not loaded with any like fats and oils too. I'm telling you, once you make these once, you will never make other brownies again. So my final ingredient is just some chocolate chips. And I love adding these, but you want to add them at the end so you can just pulse them so they're not all broken up. So here, let me flip the camera. So we're gonna pulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I should recommend, or share with you, when you buy any kind of chocolate chips, buy the dairy-free ones. So I used to buy a brand, actually I still buy it, lo and behold, this is called Enjoy Life. Love this. This is just cane sugar, unsweetened cocoa, and cocoa butter. Cocoa butter is not dairy butter. It's just the butter from the cocoa bean. These are great. But then our friends, that's more of a major brand, just came out with one. And their ingredients are organic chocolate, cocoa butter, and cane sugar. Same exact ingredients. And they, no allergies. No peanuts, tree nuts, eggs, milk, wheat, soy, fish, shell. So all the major allergens aren't in here. Notice the packaging's kind of similar too. I tried both, and I would say they're both equally delicious. This one just happened to be about $2 less money. So whatever's at your store, you can also get these off of Amazon. But here is what you'll do. Flip that camera again so you can see. So all the chocolate chips have been incorporated beautifully, and at this point, I would put them either in a baking sheet. Actually, what I would do, I would get a big baking sheet and I'd have it lined, and I would make one more batch because I always like to make love to make them double batch. because you'll keep them in the freezer. They are the perfect go-to like snack or the perfect dessert when you're just having that sweet tooth. So I always keep these on hand. I could show you my bag just in the freezer that I keep of them. So I would make a double batch, but if you're just gonna make, if you are gonna do the double batch like me, take my advice because I've made these so often. Don't do a double batch in your food processor, do a single one. Every time I've done a double batch, the machine, it's too full. And it will spill over unless, honestly, this 13 cup might be able to do it, but my 11 cup food processor did not. It would make a mess every time. So the batter will come out super, super easily, and it will take you just seconds to make a new one. But because of the power, I wanted to be able to show you what these look like done. These would just take about 22 minutes in your oven, and you'll put them, I use this platter. Ooh, it's still a little warm. So this is the platter I used earlier. Can you see this? Oh. And when it comes out hot, you just top it with a little more chocolate chips. It's optional, but it is beautiful. So let me see if I place them over here. Like, can you see this? Or is it too, let me move the food processor so you can really get an idea. Oh, sorry, camera flaw. Of how beautiful, delicious, chocolatey, heavenly brownies. So, so good, made from beans. I'm telling you guys, when you make these, you have got to let me know what you think of them because they are such a hit everywhere I bring them. Some of our friends in the hallway, in the plant-powered hallway, have made these with almond flour and some other flours that are on the market. And I've been told they turn out great if you have that question. But if I was gonna start with just almond flour, because that's just a nut, I would at least do half oat flour and half almond flour. But this texture, I'm telling you, it's just loaded with protein, with fiber, with whole grains, and it's so, so good. So let's get a little cutter so you can see what one of these beauties looks like. Let's put the camera over here. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go towards the end. Yum, can you see this? I kind of wish you were in my kitchen so I could share these with you. Because what am I going to do with a whole sheet tray of brownies? Just kidding, I'm gonna put them right in the freezer. Well, I do wish you were here, but I am gonna put them in the freezer because they last. I'd like to say they last a long time, but you're gonna eat them. So look at this. Comes right up. Do you see this? They're like veggie. They're soft. Oh my gosh, you are going to love these. And honestly, these are so delicious. They're perfect for any celebration. They're perfect during the holidays. They're perfect for everything. So if you have to make me a promise when you make these, because this whole meal came together in what? Under 30 minutes. When you make these, make sure you tag me at Cooking with Carrie P. Always remember the P. The P is actually my middle name, which is Patricia, but it stands for plants, peace, positivity, and those are things that I stand for and do my best to practice each and every moment. And with that being said, I have loved getting to be a part of this cooking class with you, this barbecue cooking class. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, or you can always find me at carrieralston.com or, of course, in the plant-powered hallway. That's where I spend the most time. And with that being said, my friends, lots of love. I cannot wait for you guys to try these recipes, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Lots of love, my friends. Have a great day.